Hi there, dear dreamers. Today is Friday, October the 15th, 2021 at 1:33 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And I am going to hear some messages from my guides, namely Mark, about synchronicity. And even though I have some of my own ideas that could be merged with his, I haven't formulated them before this call, and I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth and what I'll hear from him. So let's start. Synchronicity. What does synchronicity mean to you is the first question that I'm hearing. Mark making sure that he wants all of us to dwell on our inner thoughts, our inner spirit, to go introspectively as to what synchronicity means to us. Not to go to the Webster Dictionary, he's saying, to go deeply into the idea of synchronicity, he is saying. Synchronicity is like a confirmation, he's saying, of what we previously thought or felt. And when we see the synchronicity showing up in our perceived reality, our perceived outside world, and we think back as to what we may have been thinking or feeling, maybe not just a moment ago, it could be a week ago or a month ago. However, it used to be 20 years ago. Now we're seeing the synchronicities more astutely, he's saying, astutely, because we just thought about it, and then we're like, whoa, this can't be just a coincidence. So synchronicity is, again, he's saying, a confirmation that we are seeing what we are feeling and thinking, that we project out into the outside world what we feel and think in alignment with the energy, frequency, and vibration that we choose. And again, I've talked about this in other videos. You can go back and listen to those. Mark is saying, however, that this is a different kind of video from the standpoint that we're honing in specifically on synchronicities. And okay, so he's saying, let's just bring a simple example. What if you're like, oh my goodness, I see 444 all the time, or I see 1111 all the time, or I'm pregnant and everybody's pregnant around me. All of a sudden I see all these pregnant women. Well, what does that tell us? It simply tells us that we are thinking about that, and it keeps showing up for us, and we keep becoming self-aware of it showing up, and we're like, oh, that's weird, it keeps showing up. It's not weird at all. It's just our awareness, whereas before we may have just not even paid any attention to the synchronicities. And the synchronicities, again, Mark is saying, simply inform us that we are responsible for what we are perceiving in our reality, based on, again, what we're feeling and thinking, and based on the feeling and thoughts being in alignment with the energy, frequency, and vibration that we choose. That's the free will, is the energy, frequency, and vibration that we choose. Again, I've said this in other videos, I'm not sure, and Mark isn't telling me exactly here, maybe he will. How does the 444 keep popping up, for example? How am I creating that? And it has something to do with, I'm feeling like he's trying to say it has everything to do with our focus and awareness of the past synchronicity pattern. And the matrix, or our reality, loves to play, and the more we focus on something, the more it's going to show up, as long as we pay attention that it's showing up. So if we weren't paying attention, maybe it's showing up and we just don't even realize it. The point is, the more we are self-aware and observe, the more we're going to see it showing up more and more, and we call that synchronicity. But synchronicity is a lot of different phenomena. It's not just a 444 showing up all the time, or we're pregnant and everybody's pregnant. It's about knowing that we are absolutely creating in some way, form, or fashion what we're seeing. And we're certainly, as I've said in other videos, responsible for how we perceive it. Yet the synchronicity idea here is a pattern, a materialization, a manifestation in this reality, our perceived reality, that some pattern has formed. 1111, keeping that in mind, and it pops up all the time. It's a pattern that keeps developing because we're focusing on it. So it's true, he's saying, that if we know in our heart and focus on our health, we know we're healthy, and we focus on our health, and we're grateful for our health, that it's going to keep showing up in our reality that we're healthy. This is the synchronicity. It's a confirmation reflecting back to us. Synchronicity is simply a confirmation reflecting back to us what we're feeling and thinking, based on it being aligned with the energy, frequency, and vibration. So let's just come up with an example. He's saying, okay, so instead of thinking of manifesting, because that is a backwards way in a sense, it's a backwards way, he's saying, because we're pushing too hard for it. And so, like, for example, if we want a new car, we're concentrating on the new car. However, it never is reflected as a confirmation in our perceived reality if we are using an energy, frequency, and vibration that's not in alignment with the car. The car coming to us is abundance in our mind. Oh, that would be so awesome. However, if we choose a energy, frequency, and vibration, he is saying, while we're feeling and thinking of the car that's not in alignment with receiving this beautiful car, then we're not going to ever see the car in our perceived reality. The thinking and feeling about the car has to be in alignment with the abundance of it. We'll just see a beat up car that we currently have, and it'll continue to perpetuate over and over again that we have a beat up car, because that's the frequency, that's the energy, frequency, and vibration aligned with the mental image. The frequency, the energy, frequency, and vibration overrides, he's saying, the mental image of the beautiful car. Because if we're really aligned with the frequency of lack or scarcity, the mental image isn't going to create what we want. It has to be a mental image aligned with the abundance frequency, the abundance energy, frequency, and vibration. Otherwise, if it's a scarcity, like, oh, I'll never get that, I'm going to concentrate on it anyway, the picture dissolves in the real picture underneath that, which is a beat up car, because that's the image that's really there when it's aligned with scarcity and lack. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. So a lot of people say don't have attachment to outcome, blah, blah, blah. You know, that could be true, because Mark is saying that at least you're not feeling lack or scarcity. The real key, though, is to have this feeling of joy in alignment with the beautiful image of the car and the worthiness of receiving it, the fun of receiving it. And it very well has a much more likelihood of a beautiful car manifesting in our reality. And if it's not a beautiful car, it could be some other beautiful thing that's coming in as well, that maybe we were really focusing on, and we thought we were focusing on the car, but maybe we were really focusing on a beautiful new couch. I mean, our mind is full of images. So we have to focus. If we want that car, we have to know that that car is ours now. We're worthy of it. And it's all aligned, that image of that beautiful car is aligned with the highest frequency possible, because a beautiful new car is a joyous thing. And if we're looking at a new car in our mind's eye, yet we're feeling scarcity, misery, unworthiness, again, that image of the new car in our mind's eye isn't really the image that our universal mind or brain sees. It sees an image in alignment with the energy, frequency, and vibration of lack, scarcity, all of that. And that's what we get. So it's a little longer, yet I wanted to really hear what Mark had to say, and I love it, that the key is, it really boils down to energy, frequency, and vibration, and then we can just allow whatever mental images in our brain that happen to be there in alignment with that, obviously, in alignment with that energy, frequency, and vibration of joy, because we pick the frequency, the energy, frequency, vibration of joy, and then our mental images are all aligned with that. It's automatic. So while we're in that joy mode, then we can start visualizing, imagining and visualizing what we want to create. Don't imagine, visualize, and create when we're in a misery mode, a misery energy, frequency, and vibration, or we will create an image aligned with that. Okay, so until next time, love and joy, Lisa.